I just want to read a quote from the end of your story because you kind of like sum it up so nicely. Like I was like, how's she gonna end this? Because it was just like kind of, it just seemed like all of a sudden it was going to abruptly end in 2 minutes. And then, because I was listening to the audiobook, and then I just love the way you resolved some of what it was that you were trying to get across. And this is one of the
Thank
quotes
you.
that I enjoyed. I realized that shit happens and you have to learn to deal with it. You can internalize your shame, guilt, and pain, which I did for many, many years, or the alternative is to process and move through tragedies as they arise, diving deeper into your journey along the way. So, this is where I feel like you do have something like it's in a sense, you're like a beacon of hope for many who have given up on the idea that they can be resilient and find within this sense of, oh, I can get through this. I can get through this and come out on the other side.
And
Now, how did you come to that point in your life?
it's just something I've always done. And something I didn't write in the first book is I don't know where the innate resilience came from. It wasn't learned. I mean, it was just in me. And one example I'll give you is I talk a little bit about how I'm bullied a lot
Yeah.
as a child. And there were days when it would rain outside and I would get bullied all day at school. And I would walk home by myself, knowing that there was nobody there waiting for me and that I would have to, make my meal and do my homework and do what I'm supposed to do my chores, load and unload the dishwasher, all that
Yeah.
stuff that I had to do. And I was I was genuinely a happy kid when I was by myself and
Mm,
people weren't picking on me.
yeah.
And like I would go in the rain and I would take my umbrella and dance in the street and
Mm.
sing in the rain and sing Gene Kelly,
Ah,
like spinning around when I was a little kid. And it's
yeah.
like I don't know where that came from, but I held on to it and I held on to it so strongly throughout my life. And it was really funny because I hadn't talked to my father. 35 years passed basically from the time
I was going to
I was
ask,
5
really.
until I was actually 30 years. So from the time I was 5 until I was 35 was the first time I had met him again.
Wow.
And he had this saying, and when he said it, I about freaked out. He was like, "Today might be hard, but tomorrow is new and tomorrow is beautiful." And
Mm.
I'm like, wow, okay, well,
Oh,
maybe this resilience thing is innate. I don't know, but like,
yeah.
it was very it was interesting to me because I never knew this man. I never knew what he thought or what his philosophy was on life or that
Yeah.
life was beautiful. But I would say basically like the same verbiage to
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah, that's pretty intense.